Hey everyone, it's Derek from Pen Clay Shooters. We're here with Lisa behind the camera, and let me tell you something, we got a cool episode for you. We are at Wing Point. That's right, one of our home courses, one of the love courses, and a course that really takes care of your Pen Clay Shooter team. We're here. So this is the semi-auto shootout that we're gonna run today. We're gonna take one shot per ammo type against that patterning board. We're all shooting mod constrictions, including the Fabarms, which is number 5. However, there is one caveat. I did not find the chokes for the Beretta A400 Xcel Multi-Target, so it's going to get a Muller, U2. So that's kind of close to mod, but let's be honest, Jimmy and team have a little extra secret sauce in there. Number 1, we're not saying which gun's better. Number 2, we're not saying what ammo's better. Number 3, we're not being as scientific as we can. I'm an engineer by trade. Naturally, I want to do that, but we're working within our limits. So we're going to put a fun spin on pattern testing. All right, so up now is the Beretta XL Multi-Target A400. This is the only gun running Muller's U2s, so we expect a lot. This was not a gun that I shot. This is the one, if you remember in earlier videos, my mother, Kathy, shot. So I'm not really familiar with where this is going. So give it a shot. Up first is the Browning ammunition, which you'll see somewhere in the video. Now it's a little to the right. That's about an inch to the right. But let's see how she turned out. Down here at the target, we're using shooting C's. I believe they're 3 inches, so they're a little smaller than a clay bird, right? But it should give you some visibility. Wow, that's a lot. But that explains why those Muller chokes break, don't they? Like where they break clay birds. But as you can see from this pattern, I mean, it's big. It's big. There's even some outside of that circle. Okay, well, I don't have my ribbon tape, but we'll use an actual tape measure. So we just generally say that encompasses the shot. I mean, we're looking at 33-inch wide pattern, with the exception of the outliers, all the way down there to 34 inches. And that's through that U2. You know what I would say on this one? Not bad so far. Now let's look for any holes. So we got some holes here. You got one BB there, but so we'll just call it like that. Up here, we're a little light. We're a little light here, here, here. Well, no, sorry, we got one right there. Here, and here. So outside of the very far fringes of your target, right, of your pattern, if you're anywhere close to that flying clay bird, you're gonna destroy it. Now, this brings a good point. We're only measuring the pattern as it hits the board. That's only one dimension of a shotgun pattern. You also got to understand there's a linear aspect to this, right? It's called shot string. So you have the width of your spread, the control, the density, but you also have the string of it. Because it doesn't all fly in the air in one flat plane, right? It's 3-dimensional. But today we're only focusing on the pattern, on how it hits the board. So overall, this is pretty dang nice. So I'll make the measurements, let Lisa take a picture of this, and we'll keep that in the tallies. But so far, we're off to a pretty amazing start. We're gonna see how this round goes. Down at the range, we got a new pattern paper up with a shot and see 3-inch target in this 30 yards B&P Beretta A400 Xcel Multi-Target. That was a pretty good shot. I liked it. So my hold was right here. That's where I was aiming. That's where my bead was when I let that shot go, right there. So we're high, a lot of shot at the top of the board. I mean, that's the overall pattern. It's very dense around the target, but even still, big gap right here. I mean, I still think that would be enough to hit a flying bird, but on the fringes, big openings compared to that Browning ammunition. Big openings. However, near the core of the pattern, that's tight. So that ammo, I would say, shot fairly tight. Look, you can see where the wad in. That's a good indicator. I was aiming here, and the wad hit up here. So you know the people that backseat drive you when you're shooting, and they're like, oh, I know where your shot went based on your wad. That's irrelevant. But here's another notable thing. So a lot of this is a shot combination, a shell gun combination. It'd be great if you know you're going to hit dead on. But if you wouldn't want to give this particular A400 this particular round of B&P to a new shooter, that wouldn't work. But if you're an accurate shooter and you're very good, this is going to give you those dust clouds. Look how dense that is. So let's put the tape measure on it, see where we are. You know, the whole pattern is wide, right? It's almost the wide as a sheet. But if we looked at the core, like the hot core, it's probably like right here to here, 21 inches tall, the hot core. And I would give it 22 inches wide. That's what I would call that. However, this is what's concerning me, this spot right here. This big gap. Not a fan. The Browning ammo was up first, right? I'd take the Browning over that. Up next is the AA. For those checking the channel with history, you know we have some pretty good luck with these. However, I've historically been harsh to the AA. I'm learning to appreciate it and respect it a lot more. This is 1300 at 7.5 shot 1 1/8. Beretta A400 Xcel Multi-Target with a Muller U2 at 30 yards. Well, we lost our shooting seat. There it is, that's it. Found it. Okay, that would have been right here. There you go. There's the shooting seat. Oh, wow. I mean, you got shot here, shot all the way to the edge. So you got at least 33 inches of coverage. You got shot all the way at the top down to the lowest one, which is somewhere in this neighborhood. I don't know what to call it, if it's 33.5 or what's that. So let's call it 34.5. So you got pockets here, right? Big pocket. Oh no, that one could have got shot. Big pockets. But what's interesting is, again, we're seeing something the same with that A400. If you're anywhere near your target, you're gonna get smoke clouds from it. You're gonna get dust clouds. So the learning is, on all the loads, aim low. Now, granted, this gun is not fitted to me. I have not adjusted since Kathy was shooting it, so God knows where it's actually hitting. It looks like everything's shifting up. But I will tell you, this area here is gorgeous. This area is gorgeous. One of the more violent and tight areas, you know, patterns that we've seen in that close area, that tight area. The broader pattern, little out of control. So remember, if the shot's not hitting the clay, it's not helping you. However, it's gonna be hard for a clay bird to fly through that, respectfully, but that would not be my optimum choice, in my opinion. And we don't know. I mean, right. We're filming this and going by memory. You guys watching have the luxury of seeing this comparison. So Lisa, do the comparison and let us know what you think. So we'll pull this down and get started and get prepped for the next gun. That was the A400, the Beretta A400 Multi-Target. with a Muller U2.